coffee. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now say it back. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good afternoon. Now say it back. Now. Good evening. Good afternoon. Because for some of us, it's only 5. For some of us, it's already 7. So welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, hey, hey. Good afternoon. For the reading, I gotta make sure I can see both comments from both places. And when I start sitting back, you guys won't be able to see me. So I have to put my photo so people can know what I'm talking about. Hi, Lala. Welcome in. All right. Hey. Do you guys have your pen and paper? Are you ready for dangerous prayers? Are you ready for dangerous prayers? It's time. Are you ready? I forgot I have you on a moving stand, so I forgot every time I move, if I move it, it's gonna move. Mercy. Hello, welcome in. Are you guys out there? Is it just me? Okay, well, even if it's just me, I'm still gonna do this reading, okay? Because we just got into the midst of Send Me. We literally just read the first section of Send Me. It's part 3 of the book. We did, where is it at? We did chapter 3.1 yesterday. Welcome in. Hey, Queen. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Queen, are you coming to the master class? It's tomorrow night at 9. I'm wonderful. Who's all coming to the master class? We'll wait for a few folks to get in here. Let's tap the like button so we can get some of our regulars. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Are you guys coming to the master class? I'm excited. Something I usually do on an individual level, we're going to be doing it in a group setting of 25. And you're actually going to get to learn some techniques that you're going to use for food noise, cravings, and late night binging and urges. So it's a master class. It's only $27, and this is going to give you $1 million worth value. If you know how I operate, you know I'm going to give you what you need to start using it, to implement it. The session is only 45 minutes. The class is only 45 minutes. But in that 45 minutes, we've structured it so you can really use some of the techniques that you hear me talking about in the live a lot. Yeah, so grab your space. The show will happen if it's one lady there or 25. Because I really want people to start getting freedom and start learning the behavioral steps that they need to be successful. But it requires a commitment. It does. You have to commit because you got to really do it. So, hi, Alton. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Queen, thank you. Alicia, thank you. Virginia, welcome in. So we're just giving people a chance to get in the building before we get started. Thank you, Queen. It's Sunday. Got a little music in the background. Excited to be here, excited to be alive, excited to know that God picked us. Today's going to be pretty powerful, so grab your book. Let's get it in. I'm so glad that pooch is finally gone. I used to have a pooch for years. It's taken me so many years to get it down. But honestly, I contributed a lot to this exercise we do called drive the car. When you squat down and suck your core in on the plate, it is. I contributed to that. Queen, thank you. I love you too. Ooh, it's something serious. Baby, let me tell y'all something. See, y'all missing out on the full community. Y'all out here, never mind. Listen, if you're looking for a space where you can actually learn a lifestyle that's doable, and you're grown and you have a grown mindset, because you can't be childish and petty and emotionally unstable and stuff. Yes, that's me. Because we do behavior modification stuff. So if you still real messed up and got stuff going on in your brain, go to therapy first, because then it'll give you room to work on your food space. Because we're not like an anti-depression, anxiety program, even though there's those components might be dealt with or talked about, or people might give you suggestions or support. It's if you haven't made it to that part of kind of development, recognizing the need to become emotionally more developed, then it's kind of difficult to work our program. Yes, Becky, it's me. Queen, thank you for sharing the live. Hi, Keisha. Because what happens is mindset is very powerful. And when you realize that your obesity may be brain-based, you have to start doing brain-based things. So one of the ways we do that, me and you every night, is we do this reading. We do certain things that are going to help us grow the way we think, the way we feel about our wellness and our weight loss journey, and how to get out of our brain and get into our body. Yes, Kenya, I'm Kenya. Yes, it was me. To get out of your brain and into your body, but into your body in a wholeness, not in a, I want to look better way, but I want it to be healed in a better way. So the book, as you heard last night, when asking God to help you die to yourself every day, that includes your weight loss journey. You need to die to the process of allowing God to guide you every day when it comes to your weight loss and wellness. Thank you, beautiful. When you die to the will of God every day, even and include your weight loss and wellness, because some of you guys are very spiritual. You're very focused in on God. You have a relationship with God. But in this space of weight loss and wellness, it's been an ongoing struggle. And I think if you really looked at it and thought about it, you can look back at times where food was in God's spot. Trying to make sure my nothing was muted, because it's real quiet in the room. I don't see nobody. I thought maybe they can't hear me. So if you're here, tap the like button and share the live if you don't mind. Yeah. So I think there's times in our lives when we're going through an experience where naturally we go to food to calm us down, and prayer isn't the first thing we do. Eating is the first thing we do. Thank you, user 1230. I don't know. I know why it is, but I don't know what makes it so acceptable in our country to use food as a form of mental health suppressant. It's like it's always something going viral for it being absolutely a heart attack in a bag, right? It's very rare that a salad goes viral. But if you go get a Chipotle bowl and some Doritos and some White Castles and some French fries from McDonald's and put it all in a bag and put taco salad toppings on it and eat all of it, you get 1,000,000 views. Make it make sense. Hi, baby. Good evening. Make it make sense. Man, y'all play too much. So our country helps us emotionally numb ourselves. How are you, baby? So it makes it harder. So instead of getting more support to do something, for something to be kind of a natural process, you know, it's funny how what's good for us is called dieting, and what's bad for us is called living. Going on vacation, eating off at all the restaurants, staying bloated and laid over somewhere is called living. But being healthy isn't. It's called what is. It's not. It's not. It's called basically being. You just being healthy. You know, people say, "Ah, this is living" when they see a salad. You see a 12-piece quarter pounder with French fries and lettuce and tomato hanging over the side with 12 pieces of bacon. You be like, "Oh, you're welcome, beautiful." Of course, but people be like, "Oh, this is living." Why can't the salad be living? All I'm saying is, look how we condition it. We condition it, so it makes it harder. So what I want to help you do is break that. That's why we're doing all these series, all these readings, all these classes. These are to help you break them without having to go pay millions of dollars to sit in a psychotherapist too. We want to just teach you the just basic behavioral techniques that we used to use when I worked. I've been using them from personal experience. I know they work. So I'm teaching you from a personal experience. I'm guiding you through something that has worked with over 1,500 people. There are women in this live right now that can tell you that they are working for them. These things that I'm going to be teaching more in depth. I teach little bouts of them in class all the time. And now you're going to have 45 straight minutes of nothing but food aversion techniques and modification things you can do to emotionally calm yourself and cut the craving down. But we're going to practice it because I can't just tell you to go read about it. We're going to have to take 15 minutes to do it. So we're going to have to do the humming and the breathing and the tapping, then again. And we have to do that in 5-minute cycles because we need to learn it. We need to condition the body. So we're going to start out doing it in rounds of 3. Anyway, get your seat. Live Masterclass, only $27. Thank you guys for the follow. So after years and years working in the behavioral health industry and working with behavior modification, it was behavior modification and nutrition that broke the bank for me, that made it real for me, that helped me begin to understand that something behavioral was happening and that my environment had something to do with it. My genetics had my environment, the generation, and then the culture. I noticed that there were cultural beliefs that were different from my generational beliefs, and that the generational beliefs were reasons why I had I was believed things like I was big boned. The cultural beliefs were eat things where my mom had taught me that on Sundays, because we're black, we eat certain types of food. So there was a belief system about what was considered healthy based on the color of my skin. So culturally and nutritionally, they didn't match because I was taught that fried chicken was nutritious. So if you come along and tell me, well, trans fats, what you're frying it in, is making it worse. Well, what if I can't afford what you're telling me makes it better? So now, by deprivation, environmental, I'm not able to eat as healthy. So I have to step down. So I'm not getting the full benefit of maybe what you're getting. So that's playing a role. Then you add on the component that we mostly prepare meals to feel good. I'm not gonna want to use things or add things that don't taste good to make me feel good. Because my ultimate goal is that it feels better when I eat. Because my brain doesn't understand fuel; it understands feel. FEEL. It needs to taste good enough to give me a feeling. Do we understand? Tap if we together. Are we together like the weather? Let me know if we together. You are so welcome, TR Master. You know I love you, boo. Vanetta, welcome in. Shataya, welcome in. Facebook, Instagram, welcome in. YouTube, we in the building tonight. We dropping a few nuggets, helping you come along. Remember, we're about providing you with just the basic information. We're not making no medical claims or anything. I'm not your doctor. I'm not your therapist. I'm merely someone who's had a severe weight loss and wellness experience, who almost ate herself to death, who lives with the terminal chronic illness, and who understands what this journey is. Oh my God. Tap in. Not hungry during the day, but how do you break the nighttime eating? Sandy, you break the behavior of starving during the day. Stop starving yourself during the day, calling it fasting, and wake up, set an alarm, and eat. Start in the morning and eat throughout the day, and train your body to cut on its metabolism, break down food and process food, and get your nutrition like a regular person. Instead of eating yourself to sleep every night, using it like a man or a blanket. Instead of using food like a man or a blanket, waiting to eat one large meal late at night and making it bigger than your regular meal during the day because you waited till the end of the day. So in your mind, you think because you only eat one time a day that you shouldn't be gaining weight. The problem is why you're eating the one time a day. You're eating the one time a day because you're grooming yourself to justify the item that you're going to eat because there's nothing else open and you don't have time. So that automatically leans you towards eating something that feels better versus fuels better. So already you're kind of leaning on, okay, I need to feel better because I want to sleep. So you're going to eat something that's going to be more heavy, that's going to make you more dozed off like, so that you can sleep. So that shows that there could be a sense of abandonment, loneliness, or rejection at night. And you could possibly eating to avoid the anxiousness that comes with that memory. So you could be eating yourself to sleep and not realizing it. Yeah. And so you're not eating all day and all night. You ain't going to eat all day. But on the other flip side of that coin is that your mind believes if you don't eat all day that you're actually going to lose weight from that action. But it's the opposite reaction. Because the sole purpose of why I'm eating is still emotionally bound to my nervous system. So I'm continuing to fuel the actual issue, possibly. Might not be you, your situation might be different. But possibly I may be eating to feel better and not realize it. So I have to take a look at, wait a minute, why am I waiting all day if I have access to the same thing during the day as I do at night? Why am I waiting all day to eat? What is my real reason? Am I really telling myself that I was literally too busy while I watched everyone else have lunch? I was literally too busy to have lunch. What kind of justification is that for total out abuse and abandonment of myself? Because it would never be acceptable if someone told me that's what they did with my children. So how is it that I'm justifying a behavior and an action, but then at night I'm rationalizing, almost binging? So this is why we check our thinking. So this is why one of the steps in the dangerous prayers is search my heart and know my rational thoughts, my irrational thoughts. Know anything about me that's not up to par. Think about what I just said. If your goal is to speed up your metabolism and to become healthy, but you're only eating one time a day, what's the one rule about your metabolism? It needs something to work with. So if you're starving yourself and your food window is only 4 hours and you're trying to eat all 2,000 calories in a 4 hour window, when is your body supposed to ingest that, absorb it, and create it into fuel so it can become lean muscle? The science ain't science, and the mentality ain't mentality, and however you say it. Unless your goal is to starve the body into starvation, and then that's the weight you're trying to lose. But if you're literally trying to rebuild, retrain, and enhance the body's production and communication skills at a hormonal level, that's definitely not the way you go with starving and make it stay in fight or flight mode, like it's gonna be the problem. Think of starvation as your body, as your stomach being homeless and it ain't got nowhere to live. Okay? So I want you to think of starvation. Think of starvation as your stomach being homeless and it ain't got nowhere to live. Because if my goal is to enhance something that I can claim is slow and insulin resistant, shouldn't I look at what I'm eating at what times, what my most active metabolic rate would be? Eat the heavier things then and stay light all the other times. And then also, shouldn't, if I'm insulin resistant, since resistance training shows that it helps with that, shouldn't I be doing resistance training instead of just walking with cardio? So there's other components that have to happen, but we be skipping them because those require more, they're harder work. Sometimes all we'll do is walk and we don't realize we have to pick up the weights. We have to do the hit training. We have to do the resistance. You have to do it. If you truly want to absorb as much skin as possible, you have to do all the things. Just walking ain't enough. Sorry, bookies. Riding the bike ain't enough. You got to do all the things. Excuse me. You got to do all the things. You want to resist. You want to build. You want to strengthen. You want to tone. You want to enhance. Okay, you want to train that body that when that metabolism cuts on, it builds that, it burns that fat. When that body is in action, you want it to build that mass lean muscle. But you got to do the things that get it there. It's not just about being away from food. It's about creating a transformative lifestyle that allows you to do the right things throughout your journey at the right times to give you the results that you are yielding for. Sometimes we want to skip steps, but unfortunately, as I always say, this is not a microwave situation. This is a crock pot issue. Okay? All right. We are on 3.1 of Send Me. So we read 3.1 last night. So if you were here, we read a good one. And the last part of that one said what if instead of always us asking God to do something on our behalf, we dare to ask God to use us on his behalf? What if we had the courageous faith to surrender our whole future, beginning right now, to God, telling God we are all his, available, on call, on standby to bless someone, serve someone, give all we can to give to someone? What if we pray perhaps the most dangerous prayer of all? Send me, Lord, use me. The new section says, are we ready? We together? We in the building? Thank y'all for the likes. All right, here we go. Are we ready? I'm going to wait for the likes to go. Make sure I can see we on the same page. So we just said we're willing to surrender. We're asking God, we're willing to die every day to ourselves, to be born and to be reborn, reseen, reviewed in God's eyes as something new, to take every day as a new experience. We said that. So that means if I have an issue with food on Monday night, it means I'm not still overeating on Wednesday night because I'm not dragging it into the next day to the next day. If I so-called fall off, as many like to call it, then I'm not falling off every night no more. If I fall off one night, I'm not punishing myself by falling off every night. Heavy duty, okay? I'm not doing it. All right, so here we go. When God calls, answer. When I tell you that someone called me, you would probably assume a friend, relative, or church member punched in my cell number in hopes of talking to me or leaving a message. Yes, you can still use your phone to make actual calls to other people, although they seem to be used for that purpose less and less. Long before phones, landlines, and mobiles, there was another kind of call, an invitation from God to serve Him, usually in a specific, unique way. His call usually requires you to surrender your own plans and preferences and go where he tells you. When he tells you, how he tells you, to meet who he tells you, and to do what he tells you. Complete surrender. Okay, I gotta start the live over. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. I gotta wait for you guys to come back now. Hey, Boos, I'm back. I'm not even gonna take any energy anymore. If we can just start tapping it up. I'm not even going to take any energy more to argue with why we just got a restriction. I'm just going to start the live over again. Make sure the people that are supposed to see the live, see the live. And we're not even going to. So welcome in YouTube. Hey, boo. Yep, we're not even going to feel any stress. So let's keep going with our reading, okay? Here we go. So, complete surrender. Okay, are we together? We're together on complete surrender. It goes on to say, it's not easy to answer such a call, and we might be tempted to think of many excuses. We might even correctly think we're unqualified, inadequate, or unprepared to do what God asks us to do. But that's not a problem. You see, God never calls perfect people. God calls imperfect, flawed, weak men and women just like you and me. He simply wants people willing to be vessels, and he invites them to use their lives to make a difference for him. Whenever I feel inadequate or unqualified, I remember that God called Moses a murderer, David an adulterer, and Rahab a prostitute. I think it's said different. Not only did God call people who did really bad things, but he also called unusual, insecure, and inconsistent people. Just consider some of God's chosen messengers, ministers, prophets, and leaders. There's Noah, who got drunk, Isaac, who was a daydreamer, Joseph, who was who abandoned, and Gideon, who was afraid. There's Jeremiah, who was young, and Abraham, who was too old. Elijah, who battled depression. Naomi, who became bitter. Martha, who was a worrywart. And John the Baptist, who ate bugs. No, not exactly the Avengers, these folks. A far cry from any collection of super saints. But still, God called them and used them, even though they were far from perfect. Now, I need that to set with you right now. Set it, let it set. I just think I named almost all the crazy stories in the Bible per se. And it clarifies that if you're on this journey and you're wondering where God is and why he hasn't helped you lose the weight and what you doing wrong and all of that, even if there is something, it just says that no matter how far down you've fallen, God can set you free too. It just said no matter how far down you've fallen, so no matter how much weight you've gained, God can set you free. Do we understand that? Type that in the chat. No matter how far you've fallen, God can set you free. Are we typing it in the chat? Typing it in the chat. No matter how far down I've fallen, God can set me free. No matter how far down I fall, God can set me free. No matter how far down I fall, God can set me free. I must then surrender, ask for forgiveness, and then be intentional about not doing it again. No matter how far down I have fallen, God can set me free. No matter how bad it is right now, God can set me free. Thank you, beautiful. No matter how bad it is right now in this moment, God can, will, and already has set you free. You free right now. No matter how far down you've fallen, you are free. No matter how many times you tried to lose the weight, you've fallen off, get back up, you are free. No matter how far you have degraded yourself, talked crazy to yourself, neglected yourself, you are free. No matter how many times people have walked away and abandoned you and didn't follow through, you are free. No matter how many times you broke your own heart, you've made your own self sad, you've broken your own word, you are free. You are forgiven. No matter how far down, it says it. It says it. I ain't saying it. I'm not saying I'm saying it. All I'm saying is no matter how far down you fall is related to your food, your weight loss, and wellness journey. That's what I'm saying. So no matter how far down you've fallen, Yah can set me free. I'm Medicine. No matter how far Kareem. No matter how far Kansas. No matter how far Alice. No matter how far Love Bugs. No matter how far I have fallen. I know that I can be restored. Hello, sister. Hey, Tanya. No matter how far down it says it, it said, I'm gonna read it again just in case. It said, whenever I feel inadequate or unqualified, I remember that God called Moses a murderer, David an adulterer, Rahab a prostitute. Not only did God call people who did really bad things, but he also called unusual, insecure, and inconsistent people. Just consider some of God's chosen messengers, ministers, prophets, and leaders. There's Noah who got drunk, Isaac who was a daydreamer, Joseph who was abandoned, and Gideon who was afraid. There's Jeremiah who was too young, and Abraham who was too old, and Elijah who battled depression, Naomi who became bitter, Martha who was a worrywart, and John the Baptist who ate bugs. Are you hearing what I'm saying right now? Not exactly the Avengers, these folks. A far cry from the collection of super saints. But still, God called them and used them, even though they were far from perfect. God hasn't changed. The same God who called imperfect people still does. Now he's calling you, inviting you, nudging you, pulling you. God calls, prompts you to live beyond self, to not just be about your own comfort, but to completely surrender to his bidding, to go, to serve, to build, to love, to fight, to pray, to give, to lead. So how do you respond when God calls you? How do you respond when God calls you? How do you respond? It says in the Old Testament, we see at least 3 different responses. The prophet Jonah represents one of the most common responses. Here I am, Lord, but I am not going. When God of the universe saw a need in the city of Nineveh, he chose Jonah to go preach to the sinful and rebellious people there. Now, Jonah had the gifts, he had the power, and he had the ability. The problem is he didn't have the availability. Jonah wasn't willing to flat out told God no. Please understand, when God spoke, his assignment was clear. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because as wickedness has come up before me. Jonah 1 and 2. Jonah could have said, yes, anything for you. God, you are my Lord, and I will do what you ask. But that didn't happen. Instead of a willing heart, Noah balked. He didn't just hesitate or make excuses. He ran away from God.
See Jonah 1 and 3. And I have to wonder, did Jonah really think he could get a far enough away?
How many of you have been called to do something you have ran from it, situations have pulled you from it, and no matter what you do, you end up back at it? That's your Jonah story, okay? Okay. That's all I'm gonna say on that. It goes on to say, or was it just a case of cultivating moment by moment denial to avoid the truth? Putting your head in the sand, or in Jonah's case, in the belly of a big fish, trying to pretend, hoping that God would just go away or change his mind about what he's called you to do. How many know that your wellness struggles is preventing you from doing what God has called you to do? You've been called to do a certain things, and you know that in that calling, your actual weight has prohibited you at times through exhaustion, aches, swelling, pain, bloatedness. It's literally prohibited you from doing what you were called to do. I know that at 600 pounds, there's no way I could do this. So we're gonna start there. Okay, I'm gonna start there. It says, have you ever responded this way? Maybe you sensed God's prompting an invitation to do something on his behalf. It might have been something small like giving a gift or sharing a thought. It might have been something more significant like changing careers or asking someone to marry you. But like Jonah, you hesitated. Then turned the other way. I know I've done this. One time I was driving home from work. My family lives a short drive away from the city, but we still live to close to thousands of acres of undeveloped land. It's not unusual to drive on back roads without seeing a single car truck pass you. So driving home one day, I was shocked to see an older lady in her mid-60s or older standing alone by the side of the road. No car nearby that might have broken down, just this lady standing there beside the ditch. I was rattled. What's she doing out here in the middle of nowhere? Is she lost looking for something, waiting on someone, just taking a stroll? Seems weird. Everything inside me told me to stop, check on her, to ask if she needed help. While I'm confident I felt God prompted me, I also knew it was common sense, just basic human decency to stop. But I kept on driving. Why didn't I stop? Yep, Lord help me. Amen, lovely lady. Why didn't I check on her? See if I could help. I got absolutely no idea. I tried to rationalize it. Surely she's fine. No one would be out here on this road for no reason. She didn't wave me down or call me out. But this moment of selfishness has haunted me ever since. Why didn't I stop? Why didn't I obey the prompting? Why didn't I offer assistance for crying out loud? I'm a pastor. I'm supposed to be God's servant, his vessel, his hands and feet. But like Jonah, I took a selfish posture. Here I am, Lord. I'm not going. The second response to God's call may not be as outwardly rebellious, but is just as dangerous to our spiritual health. When God saw the oppressive power of Pharaohs to God's chosen people, he called Moses. God said, "So now go. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring up people to the Israelites out of Egypt." Couldn't be clearer, right? God said, your fan club has completed first thing. So thank you guys for helping me with my fan club. I appreciate it. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. Couldn't be clearer, right? God said, I'm sending you, now go. Out of all the people alive today, you're the one I selected. You're the one I called. You have what it takes. I'm sending you. This is from God, not from me. Hey, beautiful, how are you? But Moses had a different response than Jonah. Instead of living in the confidence of God's calling, Moses was buried in his own insecurities. When God called his chosen vessel, Moses responded, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" Then Moses quickly told God all the reasons that he wasn't the right person. How many of y'all done did that? I gotta tap the button on myself for that. I'm not a good speaker. I stutter. I'm not good enough. Someone else will be better than me. We'll still do this today. We still do this today. When God challenges us to give, we say, "But God, I don't have much for myself. Someone else can give more." When God calls us to serve, we might rationalize, "I don't even have enough time. Surely they are better candidates."
For this role, then, when God prompts us to do something, we're tempted to tell him all the reasons we aren't his best person. We don't know enough. We aren't talented enough. We aren't good enough. There are so many others being qualified for better qualified for this than us. Here I am, God. Send someone else. There's another response, and this one isn't just a statement to God, but it's a prayer. And I'm going to stop right there. Drop those questions. Let's go. How did that fit? How did that hit you tonight? How did that hit you? It was definitely something. It pretty much. I'm asking you to be poured out for me too. If I call you to do something, I'm asking that you go do it. That's what it said. Hey, babes. That's what it said. It went on to say that it wants us to stay poured out. Wow. This is serious. It's serious and humbling all at the same time. Because just think if my biggest struggle is that I simply cannot and am just unable to really lean into God. Wow. What a struggle. And then to know, like, just think, God don't put a calling on your life, but you and I both know that, okay, maybe the way my size is prohibiting me, right? I know there were things that I was doing in my life when I was bigger that I couldn't do at 100% because of my size. I remember being desperate to want the urges and the constant thinking and the cravings to go away. I remember wanting that. I remember praying for it, but not in the way I pray today. I was praying in a different way, meaning I was praying for God to heal my body, to help me focus, to give me strength. But I wasn't praying directly about food, and today I'm praying directly about food and what it can do and what it does to my life. And I'm asking God to take it away. I'm surrendering the things that I cannot no longer beat through self-will or determination. I believe that behavior modification techniques is for the person who finally realizes that you can't outrun self-will and behavior. Self-will will lie to you and your behavior will keep you stuck. Okay. Any questions? You guys are quiet. Very quiet tonight. It's early, I know. But I wanted to catch you before it got into your week. We got into your week. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm pretty chill tonight. I don't have a lot going on. Just wanted to come and share our reading, and tomorrow we'll be back and do it again as we do it every night. Don't forget to sign up for the masterclass. It's only 25 spots. Did you take no greatest mom, did you? Do you currently take it? No love. I don't have I didn't have diabetes. I lost weight 11 years ago. I've been on my journey for 11 years. So, thank you, boo. No, I didn't, baby. I don't think anything's wrong with it, though. When people ask me, they ask me like it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think people should take it if they need it. Oh, yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm actually tired. And tomorrow I have a long night. So since I have to edit the presentation for tomorrow's masterclass,
I want to come on live so I can get off live and get my masterclass done and do a run through of the presentation so that I can actually get some sleep. Because I'm actually a little tired, guys. I could use some extra hours. Because at 2 o'clock in the morning for prayer comes early. Okay. You know what? I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to look at my to-do list. And if I can figure out a way to not have to do, you know what? I might lay down. I don't think I slept well last night. It didn't feel like it because I woke up restless, so we'll see. So, anyways. All right, guys. Tomorrow, don't forget to get your spot. All you're going to do is click on the link in my bio. Click on the banner of the website where it says Live Masterclass. And it'll take you right there. And you're signed up just like that. This is not something that's included in my program. This is separate. This is a separate entity. Yep, nothing is worth seeing me in pain because, oh no, I don't want to mess. We don't want to trigger nothing. We want to keep this body together. So, I'm definitely tired.